Hi, it's Kathy, Crafty Chica, and today, why don't you come and paint with me? We're going to do a Valentine watercolor painting, or you could call it a Sacred Heart watercolor painting. Even though it's Valentine's season right now, Sacred Hearts and love in general is good 24/7. You know what I mean? 24/7, 365. Anyway, we are starting with a basic watercolor set. I'm using a watercolor brush and a liner brush, and if you want, you could have a little spray bottle to moisten your watercolors. And this is a journal that I bought in December. It's heavyweight watercolor paper, and I bought it because I was going to take a class from another artist, and I got like 5 days into it, and I got busy with the holidays. This is the journal that I got. I love it. It's heavyweight watercolor paper. So I'm using a big pencil, very lightweight pencil, and just lightly sketching out a basic heart. And then I'm going to draw like half a box right at the center of the heart. And this is going to be the base for the flames that are coming out. I like to do my flames wide and then pointy at the top. You could make them round, you could put a cactus there, some roses, whatever you want. But what we're doing is just lightly sketching our design in the pencil. Once you like what you see, it's time to fill it in with color. What I'm doing here in the center of this heart is I'm filling the center area with water. This is called the wet on wet method. And I'm going to pick up some light, bright pink, and I'm just going to work a little piece right on the lid there. That way I don't use so much of the pigment straight from the little cake inside. I'm spreading it out on the cover so that I can stretch it. So here I am, just tapping in the color into the water, and the color will not go beyond the water where you have it. It's really cool. So on the outside, I'm using a darker shade of pink, and eventually I just started going darker and darker for that outside area. And I love to use contrasting colors, so you could choose your own color palette that you want, but this is what I'm using for this. So I have the pink, 2 shades of pink of the heart, and I'm using a teal for the little scallops. And for the little base, I used purple, and then I'm using one of the yellows, not orange yellow yet, but a light yellow to fill in for the flames. And I still need this red to be a little bit darker. And then I started adding pink, and then I'm like, okay, let's just move on from here. But you can see I got a little focused. But that's the fun thing with watercolor, is you just kind of let it guide you. And at this point, I realized I forgot to put tape down all around the page. It just makes it look a lot nicer when you're done. It makes your art look very finished. And I did the wet on wet method for the outside. I did quadrants of different colors. So first I added a lot of water, and then I went and tapped in some other colors. I let that dry completely, and now I'm doing some greenery on either side of the heart. I have not really planned this out. I did sketch a little bit, but I ended up changing it as I started working on it. And you know what, the fun thing with this exercise is just to not think too hard about it. Just fill in all of that negative space. So I did some roses on either side, and then I just used different colors from the palette that were complementary. If I used a light blue, then I used dark blue accents, and I put like the dark purple on top of the pink, so it just kind of flows together. And here I use some orange to put in between the flames, just to give them some fun dimension. And then I just went in with all these other colors and just started adding little patterns all the way around. This is definitely freestyle, and I think the beauty of working in a journal is that you're the only one that's going to see it, so you just got to play and experiment. My goal for every journal page is to look at the previous pages and try to do something different that I haven't done before. just because I'm experimenting in it. So I went in now with some darker colors just to add some more accents in there. I am definitely a maximalist. I just love adding a lot of different patterns and textures. And at this point, I'm letting this dry completely, and I just felt like it needed something else. So I went through and I looked at my other pages and I thought, what have I not really done yet? And I thought, I'm going to outline this in black. It's not exactly earth-shattering or anything, but it's a little different from what I've had from the other pages. So now I'm using a skinny liner brush and I'm just outlining the main focal point in black and a few touches at some of the other areas of it. And then to finish it off, I'm doing a little drizzle technique. You just load up your brush with a lot of pigment and water and tap over your piece, and you get some nice little speckles on there. And I like it better than a toothbrush, because a toothbrush, it just comes out kind of in one direction, and when you do it this way, it looks more sparse. And then I found a gold paint pen, so of course I had to pop some of that on there. And after I found the gold paint pen, I found a white paint pen. So I opened that up and I added just some little touches of white in different areas. Now this heart is kind of looking like a strawberry, but that's okay. Sweet love, right? Here is the finished piece. You can see how nice it looks once the tape is peeled off. It just looks finished. So now I'm going to sign it and date it. And thank you so much for checking out this painting process. Let me know if you do this. Leave a note in the comments. I would love to see what you make. And you can find more goodies at craftychica.com. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!